Hey guys, today I want to review probably one of the best options from dress watches for less than your average quartz timepiece, with a whole lot more to offer. I guess it is a well-known piece on the market. Instagram is full of photos of this watch. As you probably have guessed, I'm talking about Orient Bambino and its different variations. Dimensions. The diameter of the watch without the crown is 40.5mm. The crown adds additional 2.5mm. From lug to lug it has 46.5mm. The distance between lugs is a bit unusual. It is 21mm. So there would be a problem because 21mm wide strap is a bit more difficult to find and it tends to cost a bit more. Why it is of an issue? Just because the original strap feels cheap and horrible. It's rough and looks like it's made of plastic. I changed it immediately. Coming back to the dimensions of the watch. The thickness is 12mm. The watch is very slim itself. The dome glass adds approximately 4mm to the watch. The case itself is very slim. The case. The watch is designed like a sandwich. It has 3 parts. All of them are made of stainless steel. Case itself, screw-down case back, and bezel. Both case back and bezel are nicely polished up to having a mirror effect. The case is brushed, it has a matte glare. When you look at it from the side, I think it's really where this watch comes to life and really how it stands out. First you have this really delicate mid case that's been brushed along the side and it's polished on top. The crown is positioned at 3 o'clock. It's not a screw-down crown and it influences the water resistance. It is 3 atmospheres or 30 meters. Practically, it's just splash-proof. I won't be doing anything in water with this watch. The dial. The watch is iconic because it's cheap, reliable, and because of its design. The design of original Bambino, one must realize that it's anchored by 2 things, a dome crystal and a dome dial. It would be these 2 features that would link all the Bambino collections together, yet the design is totally simplistic, as it tends to be in the dress watches. It has no complication. Oh, actually, there are only one, and it is a calendar, which is positioned at 3 o'clock. From the top, it's kind of a little bit standard looking, definitely a vintage look. The dial is black. It features a light sunburst dial that offset by polished hour markers. They resemble triangles and they are applied. 6, 9 and 12 o'clock hour indices have twice bigger triangles with kind of a valley inside of them. A date window is set at 3 o'clock markers and a drag of second markers walked its way around the edge of the dial. They are not applied but painted. The minute and hour hands are made in a sword-like form with high polish. The second's hand is thick and also polished. The movement. The original Bambino Generation 1 version 1 used the Orient 4874-3 movement. It is a reliable, durable automatic movement with date function. In-house movement caliber 4874-3 is a mechanical automatic movement without manual winding and hacking. The balance wheel makes 21,600 semi-oscillations per hour or 6 semi-oscillations per second, which is okay. Not great, not terrible. The jumps of second hand are visible. The movement runs on 21 joules, the power reserve is 42 hours. The watch from the second generation have been updated to the Orient caliber F6724, which is 22 joules automatic movement with date function. However, it also includes hacking and hand winding. Most people will appreciate the ability to hand wind, because automatic watches have this weakness of running out of power when you don't wear them for a few days. There is a little bit of confusion between Bambino models, because there are plenty. So the first thing to do is we have to distinguish the generations and the versions. So when we talk about the generations, we're talking about the movement, the caliber. And when we talk about the versions, we're talking purely about the appearance. The most significant change between Bambino Generation 1 and 2 was the upgraded movement. The third generation uses the Orient 4874-3 movement. It is a reliable, durable, automatic movement with date function and 21 joules. The Generation 2 had upgraded the movement to the Orient caliber F6724, which has 22 joules, automatic movement with date function. However, it also includes hacking and hand winding. Version 1 is the classic Bambino with the clean rhomboid hour markers and matching hand coloring case. The rest of the dial is very clean except the outline to the date window. Version 2 has Roman numerals for the hour markings and train track chaptering around the outside.
Although the dial is more crowded, it has a very sophisticated look and small hands. Version 3 is very clean, no numerals, very clean lines and simple square of hands. The 12, 3, 6 and 9 o'clock markings are thicker, while the rest are thin. Version 4 of the Bambino is close to version 1, but with more refined hour markings and hands. The second hand is tipped in red and the dial comes in sunburst colors. The watch case is bigger, it is 42mm. Version 5 changed up the dial design quite a bit. It has Arabic numerals, new font and a different look. The hands are curved and the dial features a slight sunburst effect. The size is 41.5mm. Bambino with small second hand. It takes the second hand and moves it to a small sub-register at 6 o'clock position. It also adds some Roman numerals but keeps the hour indices style of version 4 and removes the water resistant text. It also has an exposition case back, a first for Bambino. Bambino open heart takes design cues from the version 4, removes the date pin and adds an open heart view into the watch mechanism. It uses a different mechanism, caliber F6T22. How visually to spot the difference between the first and the second generation? So the very first thing is to check inscription at 6 o'clock. So in the generation 1 it's written water resist, while at the second generation it's written water resistant. So this one is purely visible difference. You only have an access to this watch. So you take it, you put the crown in third position, and if only the second hand stops, so it means it is a hacking mechanism, meaning it is a second generation.
The strap. If you look to fit a watch with a new strap, you do have to be aware of the size between lugs, which is, as I have said, is 21mm. If you try to squeeze it into 22mm, it's going to scrape along the sides of the lugs. And if you try to put 20mm, it's going to be too loose, and you're running into the risk of pinching the spring bar and deploying it. Talking about the color, the black strap always looks good with a black dial, and if you have a white one, a brown strap would be a better option for you. Other colors are up to your preferences. The fact that there is a mix of finishing, and even you know it's well executed, even though it's subtle, you know you don't see it as often. Having just a single finishing on the watch case, then you have this crazy 2 mineral crystal, which is one of my, I think, favorite crystals. So dramatic, you know, where it could have been acrylic to be more authentic. I think they went with kind of more commercially viable option of the mineral crystal here, so we have improved scratch resistance. And it's just really gorgeous, and it has some distortion on the dial, just absolutely beautiful and really something to behold that makes this watch just much nicer than you anticipate it's going to be. This watch is a great office watch, definitely something you could throw on if you need to go to a setting that is more formal, but you know, doing that and not breaking your bank account. Like if you only have sport watches, you need something dressy. There is like an incredible option for an affordable piece. Alright guys, that's all for now. Please like and subscribe if this video was useful for you, and I'll see you in the next one.